So guys, thank you for joining me. My name is Amir. I'm a day trader, swing trader, the last 12 years. What I want to create in 15 minutes, probably we're going to do it every week, is to bring a topic from the trading field and develop it. We'll be happy to hear from you also. You can email me, tweet, Facebook, give me some proposal for topics that interested you, and to make this as part of the routine. Um, Lots of trading, having problem, staying consistent in the market. And the reason for this session will be maybe to help some of you to move yourself forward and continue to grow and be better than you are today. Today, 15 minutes, we're going to talk about steps to define what type of traders you are. We'll talk about risk management, trading edge, psychology, and we'll leave some space for your question. I hope you enjoy, and thank you for tuning in. Let's start with the most important thing for me, except the market, and this is the beach. This is part of my routine every day. This is part of really who I am, where usually I'm doing my meeting in my head, and helps me to come pretty cool and relax to every day. Now in our trading, we need to define our trading edge. We need to work the psychology aspect. The main issue is what type of traders you are or you want to be. This is a question that usually traders don't ask themselves, and definitely in certain time you need to. And what I'm saying is what type of traders you want to be. The curiosity or the anxiety. And the part of what we're going to do today with example is showing you which type you are and which type you want to be. And we're going to finish with something I love to do. It's called the story of a trade. Trades that I usually take. So behind the scene, what's happened, what caused me to be there, what caused me to focus on that, and we're going to move from this. So anxiety, fear often come in trading. Why? Because there's always uncertainty. There is always the position and the chance or reality that you're not going to perform as you thought, and the trade will change on you. And this is where the anxiety comes from. And then the regular thoughts that I actually see always positive, apostrophe, of course, coming. If I can't find something that works, my career will vanish, and again I'm in a losing trade and I'm a loser. And this is the uncertainty, this built negative emotion, which leads to damaging the trade, hold with no edge, and going against you. You start to predict, and you imagine a trade. So when I'm saying lack of plan, what does it mean? And this is sometimes where we're going to go to see how the curiosity guys actually face those kind of things, because a lot of traders just jump into a trade, no plans. And when you don't have plan, you don't know what to look for, you don't know when to get out, definitely you let your emotion to run, and then holding the trade through pain. And usually in the trading room, when people ask me things, I'm telling them to take away those personal words like I think that the market, or I hope, because this is irrelevant. This is irrelevant because you're letting your emotion lead instead of your instead of the trading plan. So what can we do instead of anxiety and fear? You can get the uncertainty and change it because your mindset was set to that point, to the anxiety. If your mindset will be on the curiosity mode rather than anxiety, you will focus positive and progressive mindset, and it will lead you to result. So when I'm saying about curiosity, what does it mean? It means that, for example, every trade that you're gonna enter, you're gonna have a plan. And for me, a plan is reason why you are thinking it's a good trade, meaning good entry, good solid stop, good risk reward, support of the sector, market, blah blah blah. When I'm going with traders in the mentoring program, we actually have a checklist. We do a checks into the favor, meaning we need to follow some rules before we even think about pushing the button, because through this process we actually eliminate all kind of crappy trades. And when you have this checklist, of course, the more you have experience, it can go smoothly. And then it's actually put you in a place that most of your trade will be reasonable. Now, part of plan is lowering the drawdown. This is something I like to do. People usually don't even think about this, the reducing part. So I think something can go, but things happen, maybe through time that nothing develop, market change, whatever. Definitely, I'm reducing, and then even the trade's going against me, it's not supposed to be the full risk unit. Reading the tape instead of be hoping, it's actually you develop and you are in the trade and you take all kind of assumptions that coming through. Like today, for example, I shorted space, beautiful bear flag, bad second day momentum, and it broke and barely 20 cents, and I was in. Definitely boom, boom, boom. Things is jump into my mind. I knew, if it's not going that way, it's going to go the other way. So I reduce and I lower my stop, and that's it. So you have to develop, you have to watch the development of the trade. You have to watch the market, and you have to have better consistency, because curiosity means that you are thinking on what are you following this way, and you take it, and this is happen. When you're actually doing this, you're changing the results instead of fear from the results, because you are in progress, so things make sense to you, and this will make the difference. Okay, I want to show you something, and I'm gonna, for example, a trade that I did yesterday of DDD, and it was pretty fast, second candle of the day. And why did I was the curiosity guy, and I took it really, and it made a few points, because the curiosity Amir guy started on the pre-market, and as you can see, there was an earning, and I was checking the levels, some good support, resistance, and then when you actually observe about my trade, how did I manage it? So when I actually broke immediately here this resistance, I got into the trade, and when I actually broke again that level, I even add, and I was telling the guys that around this 22.40 something, I'm going to take the first partial. Why? Because I knew that this was the high of the pre. And again, how you manage it in time frame, 15 minutes, but when you actually take the curiosity guy, then things make sense and you're in control instead of being led. So let's talk now about story of a trade. What is the story of a trade and what am I looking for? So first we need to have some information why we are focusing on the stock. For example, fundamental, there is some catalyst, technical analysis, pre-market news, right now earning, after, before. These are pretty amazing catalysts that lead me to to be focused on a trade. So this was a Microsoft, and part of story of a trade, you are learning the stock, meaning what's the ATR, what's the daily volume, because again, if you want to take the seats of the curiosity, those are checks into your favorite. Usually I like to see big R volume. Here it was not, but there were other things that actually helps me. Short float was barely 1%, and this is something I love to see, an institutional ownership, because sometimes it's lead me to understand a couple of things. In order to again to have the big picture, that sector, technology, at that day was the strongest one, and the XLK was actually immediately starting to be bullish, and then Microsoft was checking pre-market the levels of the daily, and you're going to see again, like in DDD, when you have those information, how it's actually help you to to let it go, so the trade will actually develop pretty well. So again, beginning of the day, reading the tape, big volume, big range bar, and there's nothing here, but yeah, you need the stocks to start settle down. Started the trade here, and again, good trading plan, entry, stop under the view up, good risk reward, and that level was part of something from the pre-market, so it actually allowed me even to add here. And then as the trade develop, and we're now moving to 2 minutes, let it grow. So let it grow is not just because I want it to trade to grow, I'm actually seeing the develop of the trade. You see the volume is growing, you see that you have a higher low, you see that the candles are full, so everything looks pretty good. The tape is pretty good. And then as the trade develop, you move to a 5 minute, and then the trade again. I love to use the 9 EMA because, as you can see, even when the stock is pretty extended from the view up, it actually gives me a good understanding where we are. And again, as the trade develop, I'm watching the sector, so one by one, and even when the trade is going well, I'm actually starting to raising my stop, because you never know where the stock can go. And so this was the previous daily high that I was watching on the pre-market, and that was the gap that was closed. So basically, again, like I told you in DDD, it was a good place to get some partials, understand where the stock can go. And this is again the trade through the entry and raising the stop. And again, why it's important when you actually read the tape and had the trading plan, because as the trade develop, you are developing with him. So when there is a change direction or something, really you don't care, because if your stop is around here and then the stock now is going under or whatever, not get married to the stocks, just get married to the plan. So the main focus that we did today and going forward, create a process. Guys, before we are getting involved with the trade, you have to have a process. Join my mentoring program, will definitely help you too. Don't deviate from your edge. Grow naturally. Talking about size, people have much more ambition at the beginning more than they are capable. So start slowly and go from there. Following a routine before you're getting into a trade and during, and basically it's a trading plan. Start every day with excitement. I think um, part of why I think I'm okay and pretty more than okay. And trading is like, it excites me. I love it. So when you do something that you love, you can see results. And of course, let it grow. So when you talk, you just repeat what you already know. When you listen, you allow yourself to learn something new. This is by the Dalai Lama. And this is kind of a sentence you're going to see us end in every session, because I think it actually expresses everything that we're going to say, we said today, and we're going to say it every time. You need to crush our limited beliefs. You know, trading is amazing. The edge is way up in the sky. And in order to get there, just need to crunch what we believe and about question about whatever. If you want to join my mentoring program, this is my main. Thank you, Mario. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining me, guys. So probably see you next week, same time, same day. If you know some traders that are actually interested, feel free to share with them. And I will put it online, like maybe today, tomorrow. So our recording could be open and you can go over this and over again. Okay? So thank you very much, guys.